様は高野団切り込み隊長ガッツ。
Oh man, oh man. So we are back with our discussion on Berserk. In my last video, I was talking about Berserk Season 1 and now I have watched its next season. Before we get into that, I have to clear some things. I have heard people asking about what is the order to watch Berserk. I know it's kinda difficult because there are 3 movies and a season, and after that there are 2 more seasons. And the order to watch them gets really confusing, and I get that because I had trouble myself. I know many people suggest to watch the first season, the original one, and then the 3 movies, and then watch 2016 Berserk and 2017 Berserk, basically the whole thing. Some say to watch the movie and then watch 2016 and 2017 Berserk after that. And I don't know what the recommended way is, but I can tell you how I watched Berserk. So I watched first season, the old one, the original series, and then after that I watched movie third. And I started watching the part where the original anime left off, which was near the end of the movie third, because that movie contains some additional stuff that is not shown in the anime but is still canon. That's why you have to watch the movie third, or at least the last portion of the movie, because after that, the end of the original series, there is a gap between 2016. Now let's get back to the track. As I was saying, I watched Berserk 2016 and 17, and I decided to cover them in one video because there was nothing much to say about them. They are relatively short compared to its prequel. Now the thing 2016 and 17 did wrong was that they decided to make them in CGI. I know, in my previous video I said that I don't care about the animation, neither should you. But in my opinion, CGI is the worst approach the series could have taken. A lot of people will not watch this series just because it was made in CGI. This is waste of such a potential series. That aside, I still do not think that it is a bad show. In fact, from the previous season, it was an improvement. Regarding character development, many people say that 2016 was a mistake. But personally, I think the reason they say that is mostly because there was no important villain in that season and there was less action in that season. And that is not certainly a bad thing, because all that is an essential part of for what's about to come, and it acts as a base for it. And all of it was necessary to create deep bond between different characters. 2017 wouldn't feel this good if it weren't for 2016. There are some good shows that do that, like recent My Hero Academia season was nothing but training. And it was important because they wanted to show us the fruit of our heroes' labor in the next seasons. And that would really change how we feel about the next season. Previously, I said that the show has no compassion when it comes toward the cast of the show. There is nothing of importance regarding that matter. But these new seasons changed that. 2016 was less focused on action and villains and was more focused on getting new companion for Guts, which is a huge step forward. And 2017 was all about character development and deepening the bonds of audience with the new characters. And a huge difference was in fights. I know they are in CGI, but still they were better than the original series fights. Like in original series, all Guts did was swing his swords left and right, and enemies dropped like flies. This was more towards creativity using certain gadgets. First season's fights were pretty underwhelming and pretty bad, but one thing that this show did right is that this show really utilized armor and showed the best use of the armor, which is not seen in any anime. I mean, you can sometimes see Guts stopping or deflecting sword swings directed towards him using his armor, which really adds realism to the fight. Not saying I'm an expert, but I think it's pretty close to the reality. In every other anime, the armor is just there so that it could get ripped off and make the person who is wearing it look really cool and badass, and that's about it. In fact, there are some other anime where the armor is just there to limit their strength, and instead of giving them a boost or protection, it is instead limiting the strength of the person who is wearing the armor. Like Boros from One Punch Man has an armor like that.
Should be dead!
That armor is...
Armors are a pretty big deal in this show, and you can see them playing a really important part in power-ups. Like Berserker armor of gods makes him even more stronger than he usually is. This show gives armor the respect they deserve. There are many people who are hating on the CGI aspect of the show, and for that matter, calling it a bad show overall. But in my opinion, it is one of the best shows and one of the best stories out there. So those of you who are just not willing to watch it because of its CGI aspect, I strongly suggest you give it a try. At first, it takes some getting used to, but after a while, you really start digging it and you get used to CGI as well, and you get back on track with enjoying the story. In the end, I still stand by my statement, which is that this show is one of a kind and I really enjoy it, and I encourage you to do the same if you feel like it. Have fun, and if you guys really enjoy my videos and want me to continue, then please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Make sure you comment down your thoughts or any kind of suggestions you have in your minds. I greatly appreciate that. Well done, see you in the next video.